In 2006, the first Borat was released upon the world and was met with commercial and critical success. More importantly than that, though, I liked it. So my expectations were extremely high when I heard there was a second Borat coming out. Now, what's Borat Subsequent Moviefilm about? We follow, once again, the adventures of the most famous Kazakh journalist as he returns to America, this time, though, unknowingly with his daughter, and hilarity ensues. The great things about Borat 2 is how incredibly offensive the humor is. They are still willing to go to uncomfortable places with the comedy, which is particularly admirable, I believe, because we live in this world of emotional safe spaces, emotional support dogs. I think that this movie is important because of its exercise in free speech, in uncomfortable conversations about things that we sometimes take for granted. I love how the film uses comedy, like in the first film, to highlight ugliness in this country. I thought that when the comedy worked well, it worked really well. Borat 2 is far from perfect, though. The big problem with Borat 2 is the way that they use political humor. In the first film, one of the things that's done really well is that the things that are really targeted and highlighted and mocked are things that we can all agree on are wrong. Things like racism, anti-Semitism, sexism. In the second film, it's way more political, and the thing that's dangerous about political humor is that you can end up being very one-sided, and then the film is basically going to lose half of its audience and then not be as well loved because people aren't going to be able to get through it as well. Borat 2 is definitely guilty of that. A lot of people are going to be turned off by the movie, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think it's a great comedy. My final verdict, there are so many things that are done well in this movie. The acting's great. There are some absolutely memorable, outrageous sequences you're going to be telling your friends and family about, but there's some gotcha moments in these interviews that didn't quite work for me, and also the political humor by and large did not work for me. It's not as great as the first film, but it is still light years better than most comedies that are out nowadays. I definitely would recommend it, and I'd recommend it if you're a Borat fan, absolutely, but don't expect anything as good as the first film. I give this film 7 goats out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.